Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. So apparently the internet has been going crazy about the rapture that's supposed to be happening today. Anyways, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. I think I need to get a specific deck. Alright, give me a second. Lately I've been feeling like they're like rings or something on my ring finger. Like I've been feeling like rings, like there's something on it or something like that. I've been feeling like that lately. So a lot of you could be entering some sort of new contract or getting engaged. Congratulations, right? Or solidifying some sort of union or relationship, or strengthening your marriage if you guys are married. 2, 3, 4. All right, this could even be something about like, what is it, kingdom spouse, or I don't know, God has ordained someone to be your person. So a lot of you are going to be walking into that contract or already in that contract, and it's just going to be a little bit more clear and obvious to you. All right, so there's something about that's why. Love, is it love from the first? All right. I woke up with a stuffy nose today. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with this deck, Seasons of the Witch, and then I'll go into Lover Oracle. I think this is gonna be last, and then at some point Tarot. I don't know why, but I'm just, it's like, I want to get to the reading, but it's like stalled. It feels stalled. Oh. I've been seeing this owl card. I've also been seeing owls. lately. I also saw one in my dream recently. This pumpkin has a thorn vine wrapped around it. This is a love reading, and I fudging knew it. Because I kept hearing love reading, love reading. So the first card that came out, it says frog. So we have two animals out here, by the way. We have frog and then we have owl. Okay? And this is the season where certain bibbity boppity creatures be coming out, because it is fall. So we have frog. Lots of sevens, by the way, too. May the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. So you're healing, okay? You're healing the fountain within you, okay? There's also something about, from my interpretation, milk, like breast milk, all right? So that could be a sign that a lot of you could be pregnant, or you're overflowing with something spiritually abundant, okay? Babies and marriages, things like that, okay? But there is an issue. There's always a freaking issue, right? But anyways, be still here. No, it says be still there. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. So a lot of things are starting to die down. Chatter, gossip, he said, she said, bickerbacker, blah, 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 interference, right? That was meant to stall you. Like I said, right? It feels like something is being stalled. That was the intention. What was being stalled is, you see how this pumpkin has a vine attached to it? I feel like all this gossip, bickerbacker, blah, 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 all the croaking, all of this and that was supposed to bind your pumpkin from getting to you, going to you, being able to find you, be with you, because you always have this light within you. You see how she's holding a candelabra, and the candelabra has 3 candles, and each candle is lit, because you always remained you and always remained yourself. I feel like your pumpkin is gonna get to you no matter what. Your pumpkin's gonna find you no matter what. There is a card in this deck that says pumpkin, and I feel like that's about love. I'm gonna look for it so I can read it in a second, because I want to read it. But I feel like all that gossip, all that chatter, all the this and that, this and that, this and that was being said about you, I feel like someone was, I'm getting the word demonstrate. They were trying to use you to demonstrate some sort of injustice, and that kind of like backfired or is backfiring. It was supposed to, all that croaking and this and that. You ever hear bullfrogs? They are loud. You ever go to a bog or a swamp and they're just croaking loud? All of that is being died down, right? All that chatter is being, all of that was just done to bind your pumpkin, to keep your pumpkin away from you. But your pumpkin is, it's not working. They're gonna get to you. All right. And now that it's fall, try stopping a pumpkin from growing in the fall. This is their season. They're gonna make themselves known. They're gonna come out. It's their time, baby. And then we have owl. I feel like throughout all of the chatter, all the gossip, all this or that, whatever, the naysayers I'm also getting, throughout all of that, you just remained wise, unbothered. There's a difference too, because someone has this energy of being uncouth, like very, I don't know, their energy is like, it's like rushed to be put together. That's what their energy feels like rushing to put themselves together. There's just something a little unpolished, uncouth about their behavior, their energy, their mannerisms, their appearance. I'm not getting into that. But we do have owl on the bottom of the deck. Behold, sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places, if one dares to open their eyes, and your eyes are wide open. Wide open. Okay, you be seeing some shizzle that people don't be seeing, and I feel like that's why it was easy for you to remain you, standing tall, holding your candelabra, remaining your light in front of that window, is kind of like, yeah, I know you see me holding my light, because I can see you too, out there in the darkness, in the cold. I see you just as you see me, and I'm not moving. If you don't like me, if you don't like seeing my bright light, my warmth, my glow, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm not moving. I like it. I like it where I'm at. I like where I'm at, which is inside. I like who I am on the inside. I think that's the biggest thing, because you like who you are on the inside, and it's like, why do I have to change? Why do I have to do this? Why? I like who I am on the inside. I love who I am on the inside, and that love for yourself just burns brighter, burns warmer. It's just very warming. So there's nothing that can be done, right? People can only see you. It's like you have this, like, she's on the other side of the window, right? People are, I don't know what you've done, I don't know what you're doing, but it's now gotten to the point where people can only look at you, but they can't touch you. They can't, it's as if, to these people, it's as if as you are untouchable. There's nothing, they can't do anything. And if they don't like your glow, they don't like your shine, you're going to have to put on a blindfold, look away, go somewhere else. I'm not going to cover my window, none of that. If you don't like what you're seeing when you're trying to look inside my home, that's your problem. You're on the outside. You're the outsider. How are you going to get mad because you don't like what you see in someone else's home? No one told you to look in here anyways. You have all these other houses. You have your own house. Actually, you have your own house. You just don't want to be inside your own house because you don't like the way the inside of your house feels. So you're outside, in the streets, outside, in everybody's business, outside, right? But you're not outside. Look at her. She's inside. She's inside, burning brighter than ever. And I feel like, you see, that pumpkin was supposed to be binded away from you. But I feel like those vines are coming from the outside. Alright, let me look for that card because I want to read it now. There it is, pumpkin. It came out in the reverse. Someone was definitely trying to stall this from you. Yeah, this is it. Could have been another woman. So she's got one candle lit, you got 3 candles lit. So she can't hold the flame to your candle, or she can't hold a candle to your flame, something like that, right? Encaging the spirit within you, encaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. No pun intended, but I feel like somebody, they just want to, someone wants to, it's there's no school today, so, you know, somebody wants to kiss you. It's just pumpkin. So anyways, that's that. So I'll go here. So this would be your energy, this would be their energy, and this is my energy. Cheers. I feel like I run on coffee and water and like tea and Red Bull and like a bunch of other, like, I like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, let me see. I need to get 4. There we go. Okay, so no reversals. Do you need help?
I'm tapping my belly.
Oh, you're tapping your belly?
Okay, I gotta make my teeth.
I am blocked. That's bumpkin. Bumpkin. That's so funny because every time I hear it like that, I think of the country, because that's kind of like a phrase. You country bumpkin, which is kind of like a hick, I guess. All right. Why? Bumpkin. This pumpkin, the first card that came out says I am blocked, and in this card the pumpkin has a thorny vine around it. So someone could be physically being restrained or mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially blocked from something, maybe towards you, or ooh, that's dark, their free will. You see, you know, that's an issue right there. That's a problem right there. All right, because I'm a really big believer in freedom, and if the minute that I feel my freedom is being imposed on, I'm out. I'm gone. Right? So I really have an issue with tampering with someone's like free will, and if that is the case, then I don't know. How you gonna mess with something that was given to me as a gift? That's my free will. You can't. Anyway, so this person, they feel blocked. As I think there's something to do with their free will. Like their free will is being tampered with. I knew it. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. How could you ever forgive the mess I've made? Jeez. So this person could be blocked from you, from your energy. They did some sort of mess. They created some sort of mess. How could you ever forgive the mess I've made? On the bottom of the deck, I wish I could be fully honest with you. So they have a secret. They want to tell you a secret. This could have something to do with some sort of sabotage. So if they were part of something, ooh, let me see something. So, this pumpkin of yours, you know what? There's actually two pumpkins in this card. There's one that's bound and one that isn't bound. So the one that's bound, they did something. It has something to do with sabotage. They were involved in something with sabotage, or whatever the case it is that has to do with you. Or they knew of something, or they were aware of something. Whatever the case it is, they know of something, right? But for whatever reason, there's also like someone in front of them, croaking at them, barking at them, doing something that's like imposing on their free will, or like they're trying to restrict or control them, right? So in a sense, they're blocked. They can't, I don't know, go towards you, roll towards you, jump towards you, I don't know, bounce towards you. Like, just think of how a pumpkin would move, right? They can't do none of that towards you because there's a mess that they are involved in. For some reason, I don't know how, I don't know why, but that mess has to do with a revelation of a truth. It has to do with the revelation of a truth, okay? I wish I could be fully honest with you. They want to tell you about this, but for some reason, they are afraid of how you're going to view them. I feel like that's what's binding them. If you know about this, they're afraid of you're going to like view them differently or look at them differently. Now you have a choice. You have a choice between this person or someone else. Okay? This person, they have to clean up something. They have to clean up a mess that they made. They made a mess. They did something. They did too much of something. They did too much of something. So they're not in a position to be able to like fully invest or fully commit or fully whatever because they have a mess to clean up, right? It's like take a glass of milk. The milk falls. The glass falls and breaks. There's milk everywhere. What are you going to do? You're not going to get another cup of milk and then drink that. No, you have to clean up the mess that you made. Otherwise, you're going to break on broken glass. You're going to slip on the milk. Clean up the mess that you made, and then you can get yourself another cup of water or another cup of milk. Hold on, she needs my help. Alright, I think this person, they're more concerned and worried about the mess. How you would react towards the mess, which is natural human behavior, right? It's right. But at the same exact time, I think a lot of that anxiety is coming from the frog in front of them. Whoever's been in their mind, in their spirit, in their whatever, whoever's been croaking and pulling strings and like messing with their free will. I think whoever that person is, they've been amping up the anxiety and all that stuff. And this person, this pumpkin that's binded, they're not realizing if you just talk to the collective, they would understand. They would be more, I think this person's more freaked out. I feel like it's unnecessary because if they really understood the collective or if they really knew who the collective is, people really be underestimating the collective. Like I'm pretty sure if they told you what they had to tell you, you would be like, I don't know, maybe not sympathetic, but you would understand. You're not going to hold it against them. You're not going to act out of revenge or spite or petty. So, but I don't think they know that. I don't think they know that. That's exactly why the anxiety and the overthinking and this and that and how could you ever forgive the mess I made? But you're not even giving me a chance to forgive you. Okay? So I think that's what that is. I don't think they're even giving you a chance to forgive them, and I think they're already like spiraling mentally. So be careful with that. That's all that. All right. But either way, you're still remaining in your light and your warmth, holding your bright, big candelabra, just standing tall and firm. And you know, at the end of the day, if they choose to tell you what they want to tell you, that's on them, and if they don't, that's on them. You're gonna be fine either way. Okay. Either they come forward and become your pumpkin, or they don't. But that they have to also keep in mind that someone, right, the Most High God will always have contingencies in plan. What it basically means, like, if one plan doesn't work out, another will. And then another will. And then another. And then another. And another. Okay, that's how that works. Okay? You hear it all the time. Well, your divine masculine, you know, went rogue or did this. That's okay. Let them. Right? Because the Most High God, if you're meant to be with someone, the Most High God will make sure of it. Okay, so if this person doesn't come forward, that's okay. Because literally there's another pumpkin behind that. I don't know if you can see right there. Right there. See? There's another pumpkin behind that. So. And the thing is, you can't force anybody to, like, unbind yourself and just tell me. You can't do that. You can't do that. Jeez. I only wanted 4, but I'll take the 5. You are so different from everyone around me. So this person feels like you're different around them. So they can see that, but they can't see the fact that, like, they don't, like, you can see that the collective is different, but do you not also see that not everyone is petty and vengeful? Oh boy. Will this pain ever stop? So someone is in pain. It could be this pumpkin who's binded. And I feel like whoever this frog is, they could know something of that. Something like that. So they're using their pain to bind them or control them and confuse them. Amp up their anxiety. I'm getting something about codependency as well. But I feel like a lot of their pain now is coming from, they feel like they can't, like, disclose something. They'll tell you about a mess. We have childhood trauma and then desire of, you know, certain desires. I can't say it because she's right there. So if you can read the card, you'll see what it says. Like there, and then childhood traumas. So, I don't know. So this person could feel this way towards you. They have a desire for you, but they also have pain from their childhood. Right? So whoever this frog is, they could be utilizing or using that to, like, I'm going to put a string here. I'm going to put a string here. Do you have pain in that hand? I'm going to put a string in that hand. And now you're my puppet. Do-do-do-do. It's like that. All right. So I'm like, hi, pumpkin. You have something right there. No, leave it.
I want to see that baby.
Did you finish your muffins? Did you finish your drinks?
No. You finish your body, okay? Let's summer! Quiet. Summer!
Divine timing. So something is happening in divine timing right now. It could be this frogs. It could. There's something also about the throat chakra, right? You ever heard the saying, "You got a frog in your throat"? So there, somebody could be binding this person's throat chakra, their throat, their tongue, even from communicating, talking, speaking their truth, speaking up, using the words confidently. All right, or that frog, that's what that frog has been doing to this pumpkin. And the entire time all this magic was happening, you've just been standing there bright with your candelabra, warm, glowing, in your light. So something is divine timing right now, which is this frog, all the croaking, all the this and that, the mental manipulation, that's essentially coming to an end. That's dying down. It's like, I don't think it's the fact that this frog is stopping. I feel like it's more along the lines where their magic is weakening. Their magic is not as potent as it once was. Okay, my left ear is burning and it itches. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. I'm also getting to whoever this frog is. They're essentially a predator to you, collective. You ever heard the saying, when the forest goes silent, pack up and move on? Yeah. So here's the thing too about that. When the frog croaks, all the noise in the swamp, in the bog, whatever, the forest, whatever, all that chatter, chittering, croaking, it just stops immediately. Yes?
What's that? Wolves or waffle?
I'm not sure, Pumpkin. When all that stops, it's kind of like whatever noise this frog is making. I don't know what just happened, but it just stops. It just stops. So it's kind of like this person could be like arguing. All right, this is just an example, but I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. Okay, this is how you should take the seriousness of when the forest goes quiet, pack up and move along, because that means a bigger predator is nearby. All right, so let me give you an example of what I mean by this frog. This frog could be arguing or talking about whatever. It's just something just snaps inside of them. They just stop, goes into the kitchen, gets a knife, and then they're heading towards you. That's what I mean by that. So wherever you are, whatever is going on, it's like it just happens. Like you're gonna feel it immediately. The mood shift, the tension, you're gonna feel it in the air immediately. And when that does, when you get that feeling, you need to go. It doesn't matter if you're at an event, at a party, at a get-together, at a gathering at your job, at your neighborhood, you're walking, you need to go, because this person, they're coming for you. This frog, they're coming for you, because their magic is not as strong as it once was. They're coming for you. And I don't want to put that fear out there, because really there's nothing to be afraid of, because by me telling you this right now, you're already aware. So you're aware of what to do next, right? If you're feeling, wow, this feeling, it's just like, it's like it'll wash over you, like I don't know how to say it. It's just, you're gonna feel it. It's like with an M, murderous intent. It's essentially like that. You ever feel someone that's like, you can always feel when someone's like now feeling like, oh, I should move, I should get out, I should walk away. Stop. All right, there's something that's gonna, because this person, there something with a mid conversation, mid argument. I feel like it's mid argument. They're gonna realize something isn't working, and then they're just gonna be like, you know what? And then you're gonna feel the energy coming towards you. It's this person. It's this frog. All right, but that's all part of divine timing. All right, so it's gonna happen. All right, let it happen, and you know, get out of the forest. That's it. That's all you have to do. Stop. You just have to get out of the forest and pack up and go elsewhere. Okay, there's why all of a sudden you're camping in the woods and it gets quiet and it's got like that eerie feeling, because there's probably a big black bear nearby. So you need to put everything, and probably smell the food, whatever, put everything back, get in your car and find a different camping spot, right? Come to find out, you're getting a report, yeah, there have been bears seen in the area, so all the campers have to pack up and move along, because you're technically in their territory, right? You're not. So this person, this frog could feel like you're in their territory, or they feel like you're taking something that belongs to them. That's actually very weird, because you don't own people. But anyways, so whatever is happening in divine timing. Hold on. The card says they have a knife behind their back. Yeah, I feel like the reason why this is happening now is because this person, they're like fed up. It's kind of like they've reached, this frog, they've reached their breaking point, right? It's something with like a conversation, an argument. I feel like it's an argument. And they're having this argument with whatever person, and they just like snap. They just snap. And so now they're going into the kitchen or the drawer or whatever, and they're getting some sort of sharp object, and they're stomping your way. They're heading your way, because it's your fault the match is not working. It's your fault. And it's just like, that's why you don't mess with people's free will, because that's a sure way for a backfire. That's a guaranteed backfire right there. All right, so this frog, definitely, they have a knife behind their back. That's what it says. Okay, I feel like I should rewrite that though. Hold on. Stop. Don't do that. Let me see. So hopefully that comes out better. They have a knife behind their back. So, and that's because a lot of so their tool of magic, right? Also with that knife, that's a sort of blade, right? That's like in tarot, blades are more like truths, okay? And so this person could be their tool, words. So they could be really, really good at twisting words, manipulating truths. Swords are also mental, right? So they will twist words, manipulate truths to confuse the mental, confuse the mind, to create illusions of the mind, right? Imageries, things like that. So they can't do that anymore. And imagine when you have the tool, and my phone keeps lighting up, stop! And you can't use your tool anymore. So what do? You start crashing out. So this person's about to start crashing out. Hold on. So, I don't know. I mean, I know, but like, I just don't know what to tell them. Okay? She's fine. So yeah, I feel like something has been going on for a very, very long time, and it's like, I mean, this person, they have a choice to clean up the mess that they made. My phone keeps lighting up, but I feel like that's on them. My nose is getting stuffy. Whether they want to, someone's crying a lot, and it's actually getting like, someone's crying a lot, like really like boogery, crying, ugly face, crying, like always constantly crying. I mean, she's fake crying, but you know. She's not even crying. So it's this person, this frog, that's like in that crying, manipulating, lying energy. This is someone that's always crying for like, is that really something you should be crying about? I'm not trying to seem like heartless or anything, but it's like, as an adult, like you grow up out of crying. Like children, they're always crying for something. They're children, right? They haven't learned how to maneuver their big emotions and this and that, and you know, they're still navigating the world, right? They're still working with life. So it's acceptable. But I feel like this is an adult. It's like, you're really crying for that? Like, that's not really something that you should be crying about. But they're always crying about something. I don't know why, but I feel like that's really like, I don't know. It's just annoying, actually. I can't stand like being around adults that are always crying about something. Adults. I'm not talking about children, right? But adults, grown men, grown women that are always crying because, like, learn how to regulate your emotions, please, 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 please do that, please, right? And this is someone who, I don't know, they haven't done that because now they're crashing out. They have a knife behind their back. They're heading towards you. Okay. So this person, they just be finding people's weaknesses and then manipulates that. All right, that's something that they do. I'm not going to get too much into that, but that's a tool that they use. All right, that's something that they do. Anyways, so what else? Let's see. Your light bothers their demons. Yeah, well, that's kind of a given. And the thing is, I'm not. Well, can you stand out? Can you move from your window because your light is bothering me? Or you can get out of my house. You can leave from my property. You can look that way. You can go that way. This is my house. What are you talking about? I'm going to stand here if I want to. If my light bothers you, who told you to look inside my house anyways? Why are you looking inside my house anyways? You're the one that's being bothered because you're looking inside my house. So no, I don't know what to tell you. Well, and so now they want to like crash out because they don't like the fact that you're standing strong in front of your window, shining brightly. How dare you? Right? Your light bothers their demons. Like, that's not, none of what you're saying is my problem. None of what you're saying, the words that are coming out of your mouth mean nothing to me. And I will show you by standing in front of my window. And I know that sounds really mean. I know how it sounds, but people get too quick to like be entitled. And that comes from, well, you shouldn't have that freedom. Well, I'm going to tell you real quick, that's your opinion. Because that's crazy to me. I cannot stand. Ooh. Whew. When it comes to manipulating free will, that's something that's like, What's the something? What is it? My mom used to say this thing. All my aunts actually, they used to say this thing in Spanish, where it says, "Me está sacando el motro." Whereas basically, it's like in English, it's you're bringing out the monster in me. It just sounds better in Spanish, but I don't know. These are one of those things where like manipulating free will that'll really bother me. Okay, and that's witnessing this happening and knowing that you can't do anything because it's not your free will that's being manipulated to someone else's free will. You just gotta stand tall and hope that your light, it's like a lighthouse, right? A lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. A ship is, oh, there's a lighthouse, we can go that way, right? And now they have sanctuary. You just have to stand tall, keep shining bright, because your light is going to bring someone sanctuary. That's all you can do. You know they're lost in the ocean, but you can't go to the ocean and get them. Your job is just to stand there and be the lighthouse, right? And if they're willing to sail to you, that's their choice, right? Even though you know that water that you're in, there's monsters, there's a storm cloud ahead, there's darkness afoot, okay? But that's a choice that they have to make. This pumpkin, I mean. But it is what it is, right? But even if they don't choose to go towards you, you're going to be fine either way, collective. The letter R. So this person could be running from their childhood traumas instead of facing them. My phone keeps lighting up. Could be somebody's first, last, middle, initial, number of a word or a place. But I do think that someone that has, or they run from their childhood trauma or something like that. I don't know. That sounds personal. We have less than human on the bottom of the deck. Someone lacks compassion. It's so weird. You have to be very careful because you could meet the biggest, as an adult, not children. That's a whole different thing. I've met some adults. I've known some adults who are some of the biggest crybabies ever, but they lack compassion. They lack empathy. They lack consciousness. They're some of the coldest people I've ever met. You got to be careful with that. You got to be careful. And I feel like some people like that, they use the whole crying as a mask to hide their like cold, calculating demeanor on the inside. But you would never think that because they're always crying about something, always crying. It's like they can cry on cue. They're an actor, essentially, right? They're an actor. So that's the frog. I feel like this person, they be running from trauma or something from their childhood. Or they feel like something was ruined in their childhood, or I don't know. Because now I'm getting ruins. This person could feel like there's something that's no more. Like ruins are something that was once great and throughout time it crumbled, and all you have are the ruins, the memories of it, okay? So there's something like that here. What is that? Secret animosity. So someone has secret animosity towards you. It could be this frog, which is why they did all of this in the first place, but they can't, it's whatever. Or it could be this frog. It feels like they're being left there as great as they once were. Throughout time, they started to slowly crumble, and now they feel like past tense. You know, the world's gonna keep on going. Whether you're now or ruins, the world's gonna keep on going. Okay? The world's gonna keep on going. So I don't know. I feel like this frog didn't want to be left behind. What is that smell? I feel like I just smelled like a skunk. Or like burning rubber. That's foul. This is a very foul individual. There it is. It's like burning rubber. So I do think this frog was because of their childhood trauma. Someone it's giving it's giving abandonment issues. So yeah, someone has abandonment issues. So it's either this pumpkin that has abandonment issues, and so codependency, or this frog has abandonment issues that manipulate so that way they don't ever feel like they're being left behind. Either way, it's not right. Attacking your third eye chakra. So I feel like whoever this frog is, they've been doing a lot of, oh, will this pain ever stop? I feel like this frog is like, it's kind of given like false therapist, right? Never really helping you get to the root cause of the situation, only running around in circles, trying to solve situations and things and problems that you had during the day that don't really matter, right? Because at the end of the day, you're still depressed, you're still anxious, you're still this, you're still sad, you're still mad, you're still bitter, you're still this, you're still that, right? Instead of talking about what you felt during the day, about little, oh yeah, I feel upset because they bumped me on accidentally. Okay, why did you feel that way, right? Instead of like the overall feeling, why have you been depressed for the past 10 years? Okay, let's go back. Let's figure out the root cause of the situation. So I feel like this is like a false therapist or some shit like that. That's what it's giving. It's giving. So I don't know. Their tool is their sword, right? Their words, mental things like that. And they're really good at confusing people or never really letting people see, right? Either why they're feeling a certain way or why this is someone who's really good at illusions and manipulating the truth and using the words to sway and control and bind and manipulate. Yeah. And they're really skilled at that too. They're really, really skilled at that. Could be an air sign. You could be an air sign. Okay? It doesn't have to be. But I feel like this is the reason why they do that is because it's like they manipulate partnerships because they want to be part of the future, but their time is done. And the only way to manipulate partnerships is if they use their words to communicate. Anyways, attacking your third eye chakra. When your third eye is blocked, you're delusional, fearful, right? Childhood trauma. Honestly, too, this person could have overcome a great deal of their childhood trauma. But I don't know. It's like they've got remnants. Okay, with the letter R. They have like a remnants of something there. So, I don't know. They could still have like, oh my gosh, like flashbacks of pain or some shit like that. I don't know. But when your third eye is blocked, you're delusional, fearful, brain fog, you have psychic disorders, anxiety, and tension. So I think that's the whole point. When your pumpkin is like that, when you're in that state, it's like you're locked. You can't do anything. You're too afraid. You feel like, right? And that makes it easier. Well, you shouldn't do that because of this. Well, I don't think you should, right? And imagine when you have someone talking to you like that, right? You're coming to me already scared. You're just amplifying my tension and my anxiety. You're amplifying that shit. Well, I don't think you should do that. Why are you coming to me like that? Like, you're scared about something, so should I be scared about, like, should I be scared too? Like, did something just happen? No, it's a tactic, right? They're projecting that onto you, so that way, whatever you're already naturally feeling, that feeling that they're coming to you with, it's amplifying the already anxiety, already tension, already confusion that you're already experiencing, right? That shit just got amplified tenfold, right? After having one conversation with this person, why all of a sudden do you want to lock yourself in your home and hide? That's a projection, my friend. When it's open, your third eye, you have clarity, intuition, self-realization, right? So you're able to be like, that's definitely not my feeling. My left ear is burning again. Awareness, transcend, remember dreams, okay? So there are things that you're remembering. You could be putting two and two together, realizing certain things. So that's why this magic of this frog is not working on this pumpkin. And it's like, wait, I remember, didn't you say this, but now you're saying that? Didn't you do this, but now you're doing that? Right? And it's a lot of putting two and two together. So it could be like mid-conversation, mid-argument that this frog is having with this pumpkin. And they're realizing, my manipulation is not working. How do you remember that? Why do you remember that? And this frog is about to like crash out because of the fact that their magic is not working. They're about to crash out. That's all. Your happiness is their karma on the bottom of the deck. So I don't know what to tell you, right? That's just the way it is, and things will never be the same. I feel like this person's not giving you the chance for you to forgive them, right? It's kind of like they're already like psyching themselves out, right? That could also be amplified. Oh, they would never forgive you. They would never forgive you. They would never forgive you. But it's like they don't even know you either, right? It seems like nobody really knows you because nobody's giving you the chance to forgive them, right? People want to do this and do that to you, and then they're worried about, oh no, revenge and consequences and this and that. But like, God is all merciful as well. Just as he has wrath and jealousy and this and that and blah, 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 blah. God can be merciful as well. The Most High God. God has love as well. That's the basis of it all. Love and forgiveness and mercy and kindness and compassion. Okay? But like, hello, at least give peace a chance. What are you gonna do? What are you doing? Come on. I love that. I love that. I think that's why they're afraid. The card that came out says karma, justice. So there could be a Libra involved. You could be a Libra. This frog could be a Libra. This pumpkin could be a Libra. There's something about partnerships. Okay? I'll show you. Karma, justice. Justice. And then karma. So someone could be realizing, it's kind of like well, the whole self-realization, right? So it could be this pumpkin. They're realizing who they are, what they've been doing, what's been done. Right, something about like some sort of injustice. They could be realizing that as well, or maybe they had a hand in some sort of injustice. Okay, how could you ever forgive the mess I've made? This person is struggling with trying to correct something. Okay, But I think my advice would be the best way to even start is open your mouth and talk. Right? Communicate. That would you don't know, but I think listen, I'm not gonna. But Justice and Karma came out. They're struggling with how to correct some sort of injustice. Okay? Because I feel like too, like, as they communicate something to you, they also have to communicate how they know this. How do you know this injustice to the T? How do you know it? There's a reason, because they were either involved, they were aware, they had a hand. It's kind of like you ever hear that saying, like there's no such thing as like an innocent bystander or something like that, or what's that? It's more like witnessing an injustice and not doing anything about it. Okay, so let's say someone is being attacked on the subway. Right, and then there's another person, and they're witnessing, but they're not doing anything. They're not calling 911. They're not saying stop. They're not interfering. That person is just as bad. So I feel like it's something like that. So they know of something and they want to correct it, but they don't know. They don't even know how to start. But they're realizing maybe something. Right? They're realizing certain things, and the more that they realize, the less this magic has an effect on them, and it's causing this person to crash out. Because they have a need for control. So that's that. There could be somebody is like really trying to avoid some sort of reparations or being reprimanded. Someone is like really trying to avoid being reprimanded. Which is basically like a serious talking to a serious I'm gonna look it up, like discussion, but it's kind of like you really need to do this, or you really need to stop doing that, or we're gonna review something like that. Let me look it up. It's like punishing someone, but like it's like a stern talking to. Hold on. So somebody broke the rules on something. Okay. Hold on. Okay, yeah. What does it mean to be reprimanded? Being reprimanded means being officially and seriously spoken to by a person in authority for doing something wrong. So I feel like the frog has been trying to avoid that, and that's. I mean, you're really crashing out because someone's telling you no, or someone's saying this is against the law, or you broke a rule, or you did this, or you did that. Remind you too, keep in mind, this is also, so this is an adult that doesn't want to be reprimanded, right? Because they broke a rule, they broke a law or something. They did something that unjust that they should not have, right? But this is also a grown adult who will sit there and cry for the dumbest things. Why are you crying about that? It just doesn't make any sense. They could also be crying to avoid being reprimanded, or trying to use crocodile tears. That's probably why I've been getting bogs and swamps, right? I saw something about crocodile tongues the other day. But it was James and the Giant Peach. And in the movie James and the Giant Peach, the guy gave James a bag of crocodile tongues, and they were magical. And wherever the crocodile tongues went, it would make that thing magic. So I feel like this person, they're really, really good with their mouth, like words. They're really good with words, to the point where you're like, oh my god, that sounds legit. That sounds true. Come to find out, what? That's a lie? That's crazy talk. Because now everybody looks dumb, right? So I feel like this person could be lying to avoid people be like, well, you said this. So now they're going to cry to avoid being reprimanded, because if they cry, everyone's too focused on them crying, and everybody will like drop the charges, or everybody would drop the case, or everybody would just be like, it's okay, we don't have to talk about it, it's okay. But that's not going to work, because it has to be talked about. Alright? That's the only way for some sort of injustice to be, right, brought to the surface. Anyways. Wow. That's actually really sad. I was just talking about my nose is getting stuffy again. This person's always crying. My goodness. Give it up. Ugh. I don't know what it is. But, I mean, I feel like as an adult, like, it's first of all, as a human being, it's normal to cry. Absolutely. Of course it is. Yes, it is. But to always be crying about something every day, it's just... What happened, Pumpkin?
You yell at me.
Baby, because I told you to not be behind the chair. Do you want a hug?
No way.
So go play. I was just talking about the ruins, right? Being left in the past or something like that. I also feel like someone was trying to build an empire, but that empire was faulty. It's like, I don't know, someone was like, you build your empire on my land, but when you really look at it, the land is barren. There's nothing growing on that land. There's no rivers running. The soil is not, it's dead soil. But you want an empire to be built on your land. And that is like, there's nothing can grow. But it's just so they can still, like, yeah, this is my land. I still have land. Which is fine and all, but like, you're not even doing anything to take care of your land. Anyways, you got the Nine of Cups reverse and the Six of Swords reverse. Yeah, so someone is stuck in their selfish ways and they have no intentions of changing. That's it. That's it. I feel like it's this bird. This bird. I feel like it's this frog. Alright? It's this frog that is like afraid of being left behind. So you're afraid of being left behind, but you're also not doing anything to like, you're not changing. You'd rather sit there and use tears as a weapon instead of, and your words as a weapon instead of like, you're not changing. What are you doing to change? What do you, I just don't understand, man. I don't understand. It's just, you don't want to be forgotten, but like, where's the growth? Where's the healing? Where's the honesty? Where's the truth? Where's right? Where's all that? And if you want to be that way, that's perfectly fine. But when other people start to change and see things and expand and grow and listen and hear, and they're of clear mind, when people start to do that, you feel some type of way. You feel threatened because, oh no, everybody's leaving me. No, everybody's growing. Everyone's healing. Why don't you do the same thing? And then they start crying. It's okay, we don't have to talk about it, right? And then that cycle gets back. And then they start doing this shit again. And then, why is everybody leaving? Okay, well, okay, we don't have to talk about it, right? It's that. It's like, it's exhausting. That's why I can't stand adults like this, because you're a grown-ass adult and you're still doing this. Like, I don't know, I can't. It's like, I just have like a visceral disgust towards this energy. I really can't. I cannot be around people like this. I can't, because it just oh man, it just, I can't explain it, man. I cannot do it. I can't. Now, if you're willing to heal and you want to, that's a whole different thing. That's different. That's different. right? But again, if you can see, you'll know how genuine that person would be with their healing and their journey. Of course, that's a whole different thing. Okay, but this is just, they're stuck on, I don't know, they have a cold heart, very selfish, very miserable, very unhappy. It's like nothing is ever going right, nothing ever goes right, always something to complain about. Their dreams and their goals, it's never like achievable, or they can never attain it, or like they don't believe in having dreams and goals. They think it's like a pipe dream or some shit like that. They're just stuck in some sort of negative version of themselves, and they want everyone else to be stuck too. We have the Ace of Wands upright. I feel like that's with their sexual desire. Okay, I feel like someone's got the Ace of Wands. I don't know why I heard it like that, because it's so raunchy, but I heard the phrase, they want to pipe you down, and that's so raunchy. I know, so forgive me for saying it like that, but that's essentially this pumpkin, right? They have a desire for you, okay? With the Ace of Wands, Ace of Embers, okay? They have a burning fire for you, okay? Also, too, if you end up with this person, you're gonna have a son, all right? You're gonna get pregnant, have a baby. That baby's gonna be a son, a boy, all right? So keep that in mind. This person could also be feeling overwhelmed because they feel blocked from being able to give you their wand, be passionate with you. So they feel like they're blocked, and it's just like they're like visibly vibrating and shaking because it's like they have all this pent up, right? And the person they want to give it to, it's like they can't. So they're gonna have to learn how to alchemize that, because in the meantime, or maybe not ever, it's not gonna happen. It just depends on their next actions, really. So I'm gonna get two more and then I'll close the reading. Jeez, my cords. We have the 9 of Embers, 9 of Wands reverse. 9 of Wands, 9 of Embers. Oh, was that a person? I never noticed there was a person's face there. I feel like someone's like losing respect. You know what doesn't make sense to me? If you're like, I know this is going to sound really, really cold and mean, but there's no reason why you should be in your 40s, 50s, maybe your 30s too, depending on who you are, right? Whatever. Anything from your 30s and up, I should say that, right? There's no reason why you should be still carrying like your childhood trauma as a badge, as a personality trait. That doesn't make sense to me. At some point, you're gonna have to like get a new identity. So whatever personality trait this person has been, I don't know, sporting around, it's tired. It's very tired. It's giving, I'm like that because my dad left me. You're 65 years old, ma'am, sir. Like, or My mom was mean to me when I was a little girl, which is why I'm like this. You're literally like on your deathbed right now. Like, why are you? That's the only thing you can take away from your entire life. Those are your last words. It's just, I don't know. There's something very tired and exhausting about, and it has to do because someone uses their childhood trauma as like an identity. Right? And this could also be the same person that's always crying about something. Always. This is like a forever victim. And again, this is the person that uses their words as a tool. Blah, 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 la, 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 la. And every time someone tries to reprimand them or try and talk to them, they bring on the tears. And it's just like, all right, you know what? We can talk about this another time. So they're in the safe. But the situation is still there. The injustice is still there, right? And it's just like, okay, well, that's fine. We don't have to talk about it. We'll just, whatever. But then now this time, now we have to talk about this again. Okay. So I'm gonna get one more card. We have the Veil and the Star upright. So somebody has hope for the future, right? Their hope is very, very powerful. Okay. You know those movies and shows and signs and whatever where they have a plaque that says abandon all hope? Don't do that. I also feel like people be saying, oh, hope is false, or, you know, you shouldn't have hope. That's, I don't know why people say, I mean, I do know, but whatever. Hope is very, very powerful. Faith is very, very powerful. Things like that alone, some of the most powerful things in this world are things you can't physically touch. And that would be like faith, hope, love, compassion, kindness, joy, peace, right? Things like that. Some of those things are most powerful things in the world, right? And those are things that can't be taken away from you. Anyway, so whoever this pumpkin is, they have hope for the future. Will this pain ever stop? They're looking, they want to end something. They want to end this cycle. They want to end this pain. And they're starting to, their third eye is becoming more open. They're starting to see through the veil. They're pushing through some sort of illusion. You see? Let me move my hand. They're pushing through some sort of illusion. They're having hope for the future. This could be an Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius. There's something about technology or the internet as well. Someone could be using technology in a very nefarious way. And at the same exact time, someone could also be using technology to research and do their own research, do their own studies, do their own investigation. All right? Somebody wants to plant seeds. Someone's got this Ace of Wands energy, and they want to use that to plant a seed. Okay? Oh, so that's a woman. I also feel like in the Veil card, this looks like a child. So someone's inner child is part of this passion and new energy, newfound energy is someone's inner child. So someone is healing, or they've already been working on healing their childhood traumas. I feel like it's the pumpkin. I'm sorry, I can't, the sirens, I can't help it. So someone is healing their childhood trauma. They have a new inspiration, new passion, not just for you, but in general for life. And their inner child is like, I don't know, peeking through, or I don't know, being brought forth within them, or their inner child is like, they can feel their inner child again. They have a newfound sense of hope for the future. That's it. Alright? But that right there is causing this frog to be crashing out because nobody wants to hear all that croaking anymore. Relax, okay? Relax. It's too much. Stop the crying, stop the croaking, stop the lying. That's too much, too much. Okay? You're too old to be too messy. So this is a reading. Hope it helps. Bye.